Taylor Swift is just a girl who plays guitar, said no one who understands what's really at stake on November the 5th.
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress and said, kill the bill.
What's happening here is simple. An intelligent woman of color with impeccable credentials is competing with a racist, misogynistic pig. In the past, America would have dismissed her, as we've done for more than a century. Kamala Harris then would have to, as she currently does, endure racist and sexist taunts and ultimately be denied because of her sex and race. But the winds? Well, the winds have changed. Voices are rising, and the pig, he's in trouble.
What are you seeing from Taylor Swift in her endorsement, especially in terms of driving civic participation?
Yeah, so I think this is a question a lot of us had after we saw the endorsement. I think a lot of people expected it was coming, but the question of how much of an impact will she have beyond just the excitement, the likes on Instagram, will it translate into voter registration? So we can see some of the back end data in terms of the data that is coming and hitting off the voter file that we build. And what we saw was this really massive increase. We're calling it the Swift effect now because it's really unlike anything I've seen. We're seeing a 400 or 500% increase in people coming and trying to register to vote immediately following the debate and in that period after Taylor Swift posted on Instagram. And what's really remarkable about that is usually you'll see these increases and they kind of fade away. In this case, we've seen it continue through the last 2 days into today.
How so?
Well, I'm told, I have two teenage daughters, that she was on the Video Music Awards on MTV last night. Apparently, she put out another pitch for people to register to vote. And so we're seeing this continued spike of 4 or 5 times what you would regularly see. So we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood 9,000 to 10,000 people per hour just hitting our system. That's not indicative of everything, but it's a lot of it.
And what does this mean for the election?
Well, a big part of this, the big question I think a lot of people ask is when you see new registrants, sure, they're registering to vote, will they vote? Well, we actually have statistics going back to 2020. We can see people who registered to vote this close to the election. Over 80% of those new registrants actually turned out in the election. So it's safe to say that not only are these voters who are registering are a big deal, but it's likely that they're going to come out on Election Day or before Election Day in the early.
Taylor Swift is a force, but what she really embodies is everything we claim America can be. She's a self-made billionaire who gives millions to charities, millions to her employees, and isn't afraid to risk millions by telling the truth. And that truth is, she's with the cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made.
That's important because if Taylor Swift has a theme, it's how to get up after someone knocks you down. And J.D. Vance's shot at women who, for whatever reason, don't have children, well, it resonates for all women. How dare a man, and you too, J.D. Vance, say that a woman without having given birth to a child is incomplete, she's less of a person and not entitled to present her thoughts or beliefs? JD, you are a redneck piece of shit, but I want to thank you. Seriously, you and Tiny Fingers are a perfect match, and your verbal diarrhea offers insights into your soulless, witless existence. And now the country is realizing the depths of that weakness and the stink of your depravity. Oh, and the MAGA right?
Taylor Swift.
Well, they say Taylor is a lightweight, but they sure don't act like it.
She's been on social media a lot, and now you're thinking, okay, so we all have to register to vote. We're all suddenly Democrats.
At one point, she yells the F-bomb. I don't know if I could do that in front of my husband's mom.
I don't really care. She's going to dump him anyway.
This is going to be a bad thing for the Chiefs.
The question is, what will break his heart first? His new relationship with Taylor Swift or the COVID shot?
I think the commissioner set this up.
Taylor Swift is a young, successful woman who's using her voice to open doors, and the country is responding. And the truth is, this has not been a good 8 years for women, and it takes brave women to stand up and speak truth to power. Last month, Trump posted a meme suggesting that Hillary and Kamala succeeded in life because they put out. How many women find that disgusting? But how many men have heard guys say that and didn't say a word?
You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab him by the pussy.
Kamala Harris has climbed the ladder over sick like Trump her whole life. As an attorney, a prosecutor, an attorney general, a U.S. senator, and now the nation's vice president, she's had to listen to this shit her whole life. I've heard the stories too. I was raised by a single mother and 4 older sisters. My mother worked for the U.S. Attorney General, lived 98 years, and taught us to never take shit from anybody. She would have liked Kamala Harris.
First of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me.
When Taylor decided to endorse Kamala, you know the creeps would crawl out of the shadows, but I didn't expect this dumbass to continue his decline in such a disgusting manner. That's Elon Musk offering to impregnate Swift. How f***ing creepy is that? And sexist and dangerous. If only there was somebody willing to teach Elon a lesson. Oh, wait, isn't Taylor dating someone?
Well, you've got a nice co-star here.
Good. Yes. I'm not surprised at all that Taylor Swift's endorsement is causing record-breaking numbers of people to register to vote. Remember, parents who love their children want to protect them. And does this guy sound like someone you would trust to protect your daughter?
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Both men are seen enjoying themselves. Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them.
Trusting Trump to not molest women is like buying sushi at an Arkansas mini-mart. Nothing good can come from that.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore!
But Trump and Vance are merely symbols of the cancer that has diseased the former Republican Party.
She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Now, I don't see why any man would vote Democrat. It's not the party of virtue, security. It's not the party of strength. It's definitely not the party of family. And to be a man and then vote for a woman just because she's a woman is either childish, that person has mommy issues, or they're just trying to be accepted by other women. And I heard the scientists say the other day that when a man votes for a woman, he actually transitions into a woman.
That's Jesse Waters, Trump's favorite Fox incel. He's emblematic of the new right's misogyny, and along with man titties here, the two disparage Harris on her looks and her race.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala. When she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Why does Trump say those things? Because Trump's cognitive state resembles the bottom of a porta-john, and it's not improving. And when it comes to economics, it's even worse. Trump's economy sucked. He lost more jobs than Obama and Biden combined. His GDP never reached 3%. Biden had 4 quarters of plus 4% growth. And my favorite, 4 years ago, the Dow was at 19,000. Today, it's over 39,000. That doubled people's retirement accounts.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
So Trump will make up shit about people eating cats and dogs because spreading urban legends distracts us from the truth. He's a psychopath.
Trump is a sexual predator.
That's Megyn Kelly in 2016, but like the rest of her pansy ilk, she stands for nothing.
The country's gonna burn.
When Taylor Swift bravely stood up to these vile men of little or no character, what did Megyn Kelly say?
F you, Taylor Swift.
On the road of life, Megyn Kelly is a dead skunk. The Taylor's touring van swerves around on her way to even greater things. But what makes Swift so remarkable is she would stop that bus and endure the stink to help even this vile, cretinous pit stop. That's why, when Taylor Swift has something to say, oh, I'm all ears.
Damn right.
I'm ready, let's go.
Hi, what's up?
Shut the f*** up, Donnie. This isn't their Republican Party anymore!
Trust me.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Tick-tock!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.